let's carry on from
Yeah.
where we left off.
What did I want to say? What did you want to ask me? I'll see whether I can...
The wedding. Tell us more about the wedding.
Oh, the wedding was beautiful. I still have it was all black and white, and you know, at that time when we got married, we were living in one room in Germany. It was all right, nice, all right. Then my brother came to Germany.
He was well by then.
He was, yes, well by then, and then came to see us in Germany, and he was at our wedding, which was lovely.
Sure.
And what we get for presents, what do you think we got for presents? The room full of flowers. Well, people didn't have any flowers.
Yeah.
And when we wanted to go to bed, we had to climb through the flowers. It was unbelievable. My dress, I didn't have a dress, nothing to wear, and I didn't make myself nothing, my hair, no lipstick, no nothing. So a friend of mine went into a laundry and asked there, and he borrowed a dress, a white dress for me. It's a shame I didn't know. I would have brought you the picture. And a white dress for me with something here, and put it on me a bit longer, but this was all right. And I was a bride. Very, very beautiful. After that, after the wedding, he took it back, he dry cleaned. It was good. And we lived there a few months, and you know, I didn't mention to you one thing, which was why I am here. It's because my granddaughter came to me, and we were talking about something, about God. And I said, you know, there was a time I didn't believe in God. She says, how comes, Nana? Why? I said, because God punished me so badly that I was all by myself, that no one was anymore with me. So I didn't believe in him anymore. But I changed my mind after a long time. No, well, then I have to tell you now why. So I became pregnant in Germany, and all of a sudden my husband had a brother he remembered from before in Paris. He was a communist, and he ran away from Poland, and he went, when I was born, he went to Paris.
Right.
Yeah. So he lived there all the time. They were also, they were in Switzerland. They were looked after, so they lived through the war, all right. And all of a sudden, how did that happen? Was I writing before the letter? I think so. Yeah, he asked me to write a letter to his brother and say that he is alive. That's it. Anyway, he said most probably it won't come right or something. But anyway, one day it came to us a letter from Paris and says, yes, I'm pleased to hear you alive, and I will send somebody and you will come to Paris. He cried, it was something there. Because they also, from the whole family, had this brother in Paris.
Right.
They were also quite a big family. Anyway, so a few days later, we have a schmuggler, how do you say it?
A fellow who's smuggling?
A fellow who,
Smuggler.
huh?
Smuggler?
A smuggler came, a Polish, and said, are you Grosman, this and that? And he said, I came to take you both to Paris. So we had to change. I was like a nurse, dressed up like a nurse, and Paul was dressed like a soldier. And he looks a typical Jewish fellow. Yeah. But we went on the train with him, not speaking to each other, and somehow we went over that too, and he brought us to Paris, to my brother, to his brother.
Right.
When we came into the house, I'll never forget that, there was a bowl of fruit there. And I looked and I said to Paul, you know what, Paul, your brother must be very rich, because he had this bowl of fruit.
Yes.
I haven't seen that for so many years,
Yeah.
you know. Anyway, we settled down in Paris. My husband was a tailor, and we both worked very hard. And we had our first son. Yeah, I didn't tell, I was telling Ilana why I didn't believe in God and why I believe now in God. So I said, she said, Nana, how could you say you don't believe in God? I said, I'll tell you. I told her that after everybody was gone and I was at the cemetery and I put all the sand on them, and I know, and I was very, very sad. I was very, very bad. I was sick after that. And then I said, my God, how could he be so bad to me? Anyway, she said, well, what made you think that he's good now to you? I said, yes. When Philip, my son, was born, my husband was near me, and I had the baby in my hand. I said, my God, thank you so much, God, for doing this for me. You're giving me back a new family.
Yeah.
Look, I feel cold. Yeah, because I didn't have anybody. That's it. My sister came 2 weeks after I was married.
One of those who'd gone to Russia.
Russia.
Right.
She came back with her husband 2 weeks after. I was upset, but I was very happy that she came.
Sure.
Yeah, very happy. And then she told me about my two brothers. Well, one brother stayed in Russia and married a Russian girl, a Jewish Russian girl, and the other fell into the Polish army, and he was sick, and they put him here, back in where I went to see him.
Yes.
I don't know where it was.
So that was the brother that you went to see, the one who was in hospital.
Yes,
Right.
and the one who was at our wedding.
Yeah, yeah.
And now, unfortunately, my brother is not alive anymore. My sister is not alive anymore. And my brother in Russia is not alive anymore. The only one I have is my sister's daughter. That's all I have.
And where is she? Where does she live? Where
She's
is
here.
in
She,
Australia?
yes.
Right.
She's in Melbourne, close to me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So the next stage was when you applied to come to Australia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I came to Australia the 15th of May,
Yeah.
1949.
And just mention again, please, the name of your ship.
Luciana Manara came when I saw that. Oh, I said, another concentration camp. It was shocking. It was shocking.
And was it full of refugees who all got
Full,
to...
and with some also, they were carrying some iron in the ships, you know. It was an awful ship.
Right.
But
How
anyway,
long did the journey take?
oh, more than 4 weeks. Yeah, more than 4 weeks. Then we came here, and our friends waited for us because they made papers for us.
Uh-huh.
The one who was so very sick, you remember, Selina?
Yes.
Yes, they made papers for us, and we came to stay with them first. And while I was sitting in the car looking out, oh, I say, it's so beautiful. And it was May, green everywhere. I loved it from the moment I came in.
That's wonderful.
Because in Paris, it's so dirty it
Yeah.
was. And it's so, well, we had a very nice apartment for Paris. It was nice. Maybe the whole apartment was a little bit bigger than here. But we had like a very narrow kitchen, like in Paris. And we had one room, dining room, and one bedroom. It was the brother of my husband's bought this for us. Yeah.
So he actually bought it.
No, not bought the full thing.
Rented it?
I don't know. He paid some big money. I don't know. Yeah. And it was like for Paris, it was very, very good. It was further out. It was not in the country, but further out.
Yeah, but not in the city.
No.
proper.
And they're living in the city. No, that was more. Yeah, but it was all right. Yeah,
Right.
and from there, and my friends after. Yeah, we stayed for a while, over 2 years, like 2 years and 2 months maybe. And my friends went to Australia because they had here auntie. She had an auntie, and later they knew that Paul is a tailor, good tailor, who could make very good. Wrote to us that come to Australia, you make it well, you do. So we came to Australia,
Yes.
and we are here all this time, 62 years.
Right. So you stayed with them for a little while, you say?
For a little while we stayed, later we rented. I was going around and asked for a room. It wasn't fair because she had a small child too. And no, they all wanted me to come in with my husband. But soon as I said I have a young child, he was nearly 2 years. Oh, no one would take us, no
Didn't want
one.
to take children.
No, they wouldn't take children.
So where did you go eventually after you left your friend?
Yes, a friend of ours found rooms in the city, in Berg Street, above a barber. And we stayed there, I don't remember how long, but maybe a year and a half. And then later we moved to St. Kilda. We paid key money and rented a place in Mitford Street, St. Kilda. And we lived there for a little while. Later we went to what was it, East Brighton maybe, and lived there in a rented place because my husband had his own factory, and he said it's better to live now in a rented one than to buy a house. First is the business. Yes, and I helped a lot out in the business, very much. He was the head of it. He was the whole businessman. I was helping, going, coming, bringing, packing.
Yeah.
Used to pack everything what we saw. Yeah, worked very hard. He worked very, very hard, and me too. And having one child, after 6 years, I tried for another one. Couldn't afford to have children more. So we have 2 sons. Yeah, they're beautiful. We have 2 sons. We have originally 5 grandchildren, but now we've got more because marriage, and a great grandchild.
How wonderful.
Yes, she's nearly 8 years old. Yes, and yeah, beautiful. Yeah, we're beautiful. And of course, in the married girls, I've got only 1 granddaughter, this one.
Right.
And this one needs a good chidder. If you have a good,
Find
someone good, tell me. Yeah, you done?
We'll do it after the interview.
After that. Yeah.
Just to ask 1 or 2 more things. So, did your husband get a job fairly quickly when you arrived?
No, he opened the factory straight away.
away?
After being a few days here,
Yeah.
he opened in East Melbourne, a friend of, and the auntie of my friend Serena said in Powell Street, if I remember, there was a laundry, and it's empty. If you like, you can, to my husband, you can start a factory there. And that's what he did. He started
Amazing.
after 4 or 5 days,
Gosh.
not knowing a word
I
English.
was just going to ask how you managed with the language.
Very bad. But
Neither of you knew any English.
none of us, but my friend, she knew already. She was here nearly 2 years, and she could speak, so she helped a bit. Yes, and that's, you didn't need to have the language, you need to have the good work,
Yes.
and we did very, very well, because at that time there were not so many factories like ours, and we did
And
all right.
What did you make in the factory?
Pardon?
What did you make in the factory?
Coats, jackets, raincoats, whatever. Yeah.
All that sort of
Whatever my husband made, I finished.
stuff. Right.
I finished.
And did you mix with only other refugees, survivors and so on? Or did you mix a little bit more with the Jewish community?
No, Jewish community. Well, they were all refugees.
Yes,
They were all
they were,
refugees, but not the direct ones, which I would. No,
Okay.
no. They, who knows where they are?
Right.
I met a couple when I was in Lodge, and she wanted to introduce me to fellows, and I said, "Oh no." Well, I was so young; I was 17. Yeah, I know. But when he came along, it somehow clicked.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I burned myself, and I was 3 months in hospital. I would have married a bit earlier,
Right.
but I didn't, because I was in hospital for 3 months. So I married in August. I was supposed to marry on my birthday, May.
How did you
This-
burn yourself? How did you? What happened?
I was not domesticated.
Uh-huh.
I never did anything at home. There were older people there. So I went to take some hot water, and I poured everything on me, yeah. So, yeah.
And so eventually you had 2 sons.
Yeah.
And when did you move to Caulfield? That is. Much later.
23 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Before we lived in, it's Brighton, but Hawthorne Road.
right.
You know, it's Brighton there. We had very, very nice home built there. And, but, you know, this one is more, you know, in Caulfield.
Right.
It's North Caulfield where we live, and it's more prestigious, the thing.
Sure.
It's the golden era there.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, it doesn't matter. Doesn't worry me. The main thing, we are comfortable,
That's the main
and I only pray and wish that we should stay together, only in the house, not to go anywhere.
No.
No.
And do you have any connection with Israel? Do you?
We did, but they passed away too. We had friends, very good friends, which my husband lived through the concentration camp. And after the war, and we went to see them in Israel. We've been around the world a lot because my husband was in business, so he did the business together with that. But when he went interstate, I was in the business looking after, because the children were still too young.
Right.
But now it's no business. It's the sons are having the business, and they doing whatever it has to be done. Yes, my husband is out completely. He was working till he was 80 years old. Is that interesting you?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, till 80 years of age, and then he had an operation on his back and never returned back.
Right.
He would have. It was very good, the operation,
Right.
very good. And about 2 years ago, this came back, the back, and he was operated again, and he's all right. He's all right. I'm no good. Maybe I look good. I look good because that's my nature, I guess. I try. I must be very strong, because I've been
Strong
through.
character.
Pardon me.
Strong character.
Not character, strong. I must be strong, because I've been sick for a long, long time. I had, when my GP writes me a referral, he writes the whole Megillah, how sick I was. So the first thing I had, an infection in my ear going to my brain. That's the first. So I was operated, cut all my hair here, and operate through my ear. Now, the second one was my stomach. I had a growth. They thought something, but nothing was there. It's all right. Now, the third operation was I lost a kidney. No, the third operation was my heart.
So you've really had quite a rough time.
Very.
Yeah.
And I still haven't finished.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, the heart, the left kidney, bypassing my leg. Nothing from the heart, it's just from my thing. My back is very, very bad, and that's why my legs are very bad. I can't walk very good. I should have had 9 years ago, if I would not listen to the doctors and say, operate me, I would be maybe all right. But they all said that I will not survive the operation. And I listened to them, and I suffer today.
We can never really know. That's
No,
the thing.
and I suffer very, very badly,
Right.
because I am upset, if my legs would be a bit stronger, I can manage the pine. I
Right.
can manage, but I can't manage the strength of my
No,
legs.
of course.
Yeah.
I would just like to ask about your children.
They're
Are
beautiful.
I'm sure they are. Are they interested in Israel at all?
For Israel?
Are they interested in Israel at all?
What do you mean?
I mean, is it important to them?
Of
Are
course.
they very strongly? Do they feel,
Of course.
Yeah.
They've been in Israel
Right.
and they know every move there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And grandchildren as well?
Pardon?
The grandchildren
Yes,
as well?
all of them. All of them have been.
Right.
Yeah, I've got a grandson of 39, a grandson of 36, 36, a granddaughter of 30, a grandson of 27 to be in April. He's married. And then the last one, the youngest one, is 24. So they all been on Hakshara or the, and
right.
my son, he was at Madrid in Israel
Right.
when he was about 18 years old.
Right.
So they all very much involved.
Ah,
Yeah.
That's very interesting to know. Now, basically, we've come to the end of our
Yes.
interview, but just one other thing.
Yeah.
Do you have any kind of a message for future generations? In other words, something that you believe or however you wish to express it.
Darling, what can I say? I only pray and wish my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, the whole Jewish community not to go through what I've been through. I've been through a real Gehenna. How do you say Gehenna?
Hell.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because I was everything for my family. From the beginning of the war, I was everything for my family. I did every possible thing, whatever. And that sometimes when I lie in bed and it's coming some things in my head, I can't believe it. It's me, that I am here. I'm 84 years of age. I'll be 85 in May. And I can't believe that I'm still here. I must be very, very strong. With all the tsuris I've been through, with all the sicknesses, and I haven't finished. I haven't finished with my sicknesses.
Right. So we will thank you very much for coming
My
in.
pleasure.
It's very
I'm
important.
glad I did that. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't, because I just couldn't. They came to me a few times, I said, no, I can't, I'm not ready. And then I was sick not long ago. I had pneumonia twice. Look, it's never ending, but it looks like I'm strong. Look at me.
Yes,
No one believes that I'm sick. If I could walk properly.
absolutely. So
Yeah.
thank you again.
Yes, my pleasure. I mean, I'm glad I did it.
That's the
Yeah, for
important
my
thing.
children, for my grandchildren and
Sure.
great-grandchildren, yes.
Yes.
And thanks to my son, because he just did it, and Mom, go and do it. Because I was telling my granddaughter just a little thing, and she went and told her father that Nana, what Nana been through. She didn't believe in God, and all of a sudden she believes. And I told her how, everything. So he went, and he made an appointment here, and he said, Mom, the way you were telling Alana, you better do it. you can do it. I told him the other day, I said, I don't know how I can do it. But
Well,
I did it.
And you did it, and you're pleased that you did it.
Yeah, I
and
am
that's the
pleased. Yes,
main
I am
thing.
pleased.
Yes.
I need to